Hello everybody, welcome back to the Ballgecko FPL show. I am Dele Kame and with me I have Ayola Kelechi. Sit back and relax, we promise this is going to be an exciting show. Before we get on with the show, Ayola, how about you now?
Fine.
How things?
I should be asking you.
No,
instead
don't
of
ask me any question.
How you doing?
I'm the one asking you questions.
No, like we had a conversation in the last.
When we get to that part of the show, which I hope we do not, but
What, you want to cut the show?
no, I mean, I have.
How do you want to do
I
it?
have the power.
It's
so
not sure for you.
Nah,
You can't try
I have
it.
the power.
You can't.
But anyways, let's start with your captain. Who was your captain for this?
Bruno
whole game?
Fernandes.
Wow,
Yeah.
Captain Blanks.
Yeah, Captain Blanks.
Captain Blanks.
And some people whose names will not be mentioned were making posts about how Salah blanked and they are sure that Bruno will not blank. Only for Bruno to blank.
I mean, I even saw on the community.
The people know themselves.
I saw in the community that Bruno blank incoming or something like that. I can't really remember the exact thing the person said, but I was like, I hope that doesn't happen because Bruno is also my captain.
Of course.
And it was Asheju that made that made me go and captain Bruno. I don't know why. I mean, even if I captain Salah,
I'd have captained Lukaku, like I wanted to. Like I said I would, but just thought maybe not.
Get on with this show without mentioning Lukaku until his own time.
No, we have to now. We'll mention
why?
Lukaku because he scored a debut goal. Is that not fair?
Was Lukaku in your team?
Yes, of course he was in my team. I told you guys now. I told you you have to get Lukaku because he's going to score against Arsenal.
At this point, they know the third person. If you like no pick Lukaku for your team, at this point, then I don't know what you're looking for because if you don't pick Lukaku, just be saying bye-bye to 5 million because it's only Lukaku that can provide that 5 million for you. Anyways, Bruno, most picked player. He had a peak percentage of 58.1, but man, so 58% of the total FPL
got 1 or 2 points or 3 points because I know there are some people with strong head that have triple captain Bruno.
I mean,
because they saw that it worked last weekend. And I think if you're getting 20 points every weekend,
tell you what, think it's
your life now.
I mean, I know some people did not. I know a few people who did not captain any of them. Salah being the second player, and Salah was actually the most capped player this weekend. 47% of the entire FPL captain Salah, with Bruno having 33%. But I know a few people who had
other
captains and
like Lukaku.
Can we not mention Lukaku again on this show? Lukaku's name is bad on this show.
8 points if you captain him, 16 points. That's not a bad haul.
Well,
I mean,
from the games of the weekend, we're going to talk about Chelsea's game last, please.
Oh, if you say so.
Let's captain Salah, for instance.
Yeah.
How did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did.
And how did you see it?
Well, I don't know really because we knew Liverpool were going to struggle a little bit, but they still got the win. So it's not so, and Salah has a particularly bad record against Burnley. So we should all have known. I
mean, one interesting thing I found out, I think a few hours to deadline, was Salah has never scored in game week 2. When I first heard it, I argued that it's a lie. That's not even possible. And I went to check and I was like, wow. And that was the reason why I now changed my captain from Salah
to Bruno Fernandes.
And honestly,
to make things better,
the first 30 minutes of that game, I was like 70% sure that Salah might actually be shooting blanks this match. So I mean, and someone impressed me in that Liverpool game, Constantino Tsimikas. I was like, nah, this guy.
The only issue with Tsimikas is we know that it's just short-lived until Robertson comes back.
That's the problem. And I
so you can get him in your team. It's really cheap, 4.5, maybe 4.6 by now.
But a lot of people might have problems trying to remove him from the team because he's like 4 million, and obviously Robertson has to come back. And I think that's going to be a bruise to his confidence. Well, we've seen things like this happen.
He knew he was coming as a backup player, so.
I mean, the impact.
We could argue that Robertson could have done the same or even better if he didn't get injured.
Well, speaking of fullbacks, on the other side of the Liverpool backline,
Trent 12 points. You know what it is. You have to have premium defenders like Trent.
I think right now,
like there's no. If you don't have Trent in your team, then are you even really trying to win the 5 million?
Hold on. In game week 1, surprisingly, Luke Shaw was the most selected player for game week 1, and I was surprised when I saw that. And even in game week 2, I mean, he still had a very high, a peak. So I'm like, How is this guy not getting picked over Luke Shaw? Trent, how is he not
'Cause
getting
he's
picked over Luke Shaw?
About 2 million more expensive.
But I mean, he's getting the points.
But
He's getting the points. Luke
if
Shaw
you're
is not
building your
getting the
team-
points.
I mean, yet he's not getting. It's just 2 game weeks.
2 game weeks, but well.
And it's
Okay,
supposed to be,
people who had Luke Shaw,
Mhm.
whether I like it or not, 2 game weeks, irrespective of whoever, they've lost. I mean, the manager of the week prize, and I'm sure
or not,
I mean,
because they could have saved that money to get someone else
I'm,
further
I'm,
up front.
I'm pretty sure some of the managers of the week, past and present, they were depending on Luke Shaw, or some people who did not win the prize. I'm sure. I mean, Luke Shaw had.
And then some people who did win the prize had Luke Shaw in their team.
Well,
And they were, because of that, able to afford other people that got them points, like Bruno or Salah
but not
or
in
Bamford.
game week 2. And Bamford. Speaking of Bamford, the Leeds Everton match. Bamford was doing the opposite of what I wanted from him.
But still points.
I mean, the assist he made.
It's still points.
Hold on, the assist he made, he could have easily converted it to a goal for
I
himself.
said it before that Dele is a greedy man.
No, come
Like,
on.
I've said it before. He
Come
got
on.
you points. What do you want again?
8 million.
He didn't
8 million,
blank.
8
He
million.
didn't blank like your 12 million captain. What do you want again?
Well, you actually have a point there. I'm not going to lie, but
Nigerians.
I'm giving Bamford, let's say 2 or 3 games, 2 or 3 more games, and like
Then
I
you sell
said,
him
like I said, they know they tell person if you like
I'm
no get
so
Lukaku.
sure that the
I'm looking
moment
for-
you sell Bamford is when he's going to score. Like
That's
2.
the thing.
I'll be here to gloat in your face and laugh at you.
But if he doesn't, what if he doesn't?
We'll see.
The
Last time I made a prophetic declaration like this was about Chelsea and Arsenal.
That was not a prophetic declaration.
That
Please,
Lukaku was going to score
can-
and they were going to disgrace Arsenal.
there's something
Here
called,
we are.
There's something called previously on the Ballgecko FPL show, which I hope is going to show. But I said I am hoping for a miracle. I thank God I did not brag. It is on our website www.ballgecko.com. Go and check out Game Week 1 video. I said I was hoping for a miracle. I did not say
Okay.
we were going to. But other games like Man City, Norwich,
That we correctly predicted.
that one was
Except the
I was
Bayern.
not really surprised in my own opinion. I wasn't really surprised by the outcome of that game.
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
pretty obvious.
I saw some
Man
people
City were going
captain
to-
Jesus. I would never do that.
Yeah, well, that's why you are not top of the league.
Wow. But no problem. That's why you have to take risks. If you don't take risks,
You can't succeed.
you cannot succeed. But captaining Gabriel Jesus for a 5 million naira reward is not a risk I can take. I won't lie, because out of all the Man City players, before I would captain Gabriel Jesus, I might have captained KDB, of course, Raheem Sterling,
Mahrez,
Grealish. I don't really know.
Gundogan.
Okay, maybe Bruno. I mean, last season, I think how many player of the month award did you win last season?
More than Aubameyang. Yeah, that's for sure.
I already know my enemies from that answer, but let's move on. And I'm sure the moment you are actually waiting for. Before we get to that, Robert Sanchez. Brighton.
Clean sheet.
You
You know what it is? Worst thing was that I also had Guaita on the bench, 9 points compared to Sanchez, 6 points. So that was really painful.
I mean, Brighton have their next fixtures are easy. So getting Martinez, for instance, for that price for a keeper is quite expensive to me. So I feel you can just
so you understand when it comes to Martinez and Sanchez, but you don't understand when it comes to Shaw and Trent. The price difference.
I mean, a keeper has a lesser chance of getting a clean sheet than Trent has in getting an assist in a Liverpool game.
You're not serious.
No, I'm saying the truth. I'm saying the truth.
As we were saying.
Anyhow, Robert Sanchez is a keeper you should consider getting into your team if you know you are trying to save
some funds.
And
satisfaction.
Romelu Lukaku's debut at the Emirates Stadium against Arsenal 15 minutes. It didn't take him. Last time he was in the EPL, it took him 15 games. In 15 games, he had no goal. But 2021, 2022, my man. My man.
Your man how?
My man.
How is he your
15
man?
minutes. It took him just 15
If only he
minutes.
could be playing Arsenal every weekend, I'm sure.
But
He'll get 38 goals at least.
Do you know the funny thing? In that game, obviously in the beginning of the match, he was riding Pablo Mari like a stray dog, or I don't know if I used the right word.
What?
He was riding him anyhow. He was dragging him. In fact, it was just. In fact, I don't know. I don't want to turn this show to a rant show. I'm getting there, but wait, come on. Please don't laugh at me. Can you not laugh at me? Thank you very much. 15 minutes, he got a very easy goal. And Reece James.
Yeah.
Did anyone
I
did not expect
another cheap option for your defense,
and
of course.
It was so disappointing.
Well, not so cheap, but relatively cheap.
Very disappointing that it had to be against my boys.
Nothing disappointing about it. It's Arsenal. If he doesn't do this against Arsenal, then who would he do it against?
I mean, we were playing 4 at the back yesterday. But Alonso and Reece James, it was as if we were only using 2 players in the defense. There was nobody on the side. And now so many things were just. Now Reece James was just bagging points. Did you have Reece James?
Unfortunately, no. I chose Pereira over him last.
That's something I should be happy about, and I hope Pereira
because I mean, we don't know who's going to start for Chelsea just yet, so we're still holding out for Chelsea assets.
Well, I think right now,
apart from Lukaku, yeah.
I mean, when Lukaku actually came in, when I found out that Chelsea wanted to sign Lukaku, I was like, okay, Chelsea has ZH, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Mount, and Lukaku. Nobody is going to bounce Lukaku from the top nine position. So somebody is actually going to get dropped.
Timo Werner.
Why Timo Werner? Timo Werner will actually be very, very useful to Lukaku.
Yes,
because
in some ways.
Now, somehow, a striker from Bundesliga that gets 41 goals has somehow now been converted from a goal scorer to
a winger,
and
penalty earner.
And that is something that I find very weird, because 41 goals, there are loads.
That's life. Life comes at you fast. Happened to Fernando Torres.
Premier
League.
Right now, Timo Werner is not even
30 goals to playing on the right wing. It happens.
He's not even a threat when he's in front of when he's in your box.
But you know who is a threat?
Ayala. Can we just
Big Rom, Romelu. Thank you for the points. Thank you for disgracing Dele and Arsenal. Well, I'm very grateful.
They know the third person. This is the third time I'm saying it. My recommendation is to get
Call Yagami.
Romelu Lukaku in your starting 11 because I feel if that missing mount we saw in the Champions League finals, if Lukaku can get that missing mount for about
that kind of
20-25 games out of 38, Lukaku should bag 20 goals easy this season. I'm not even going to lie. I don't. Especially as much as I dislike Chelsea, I will not deny
how good Lukaku is.
Talent. So some will say talent.
Thank
you. I've been hearing some deliberations about Lukaku when he was in Man U, the way Inter Milan gave him sense, whether it's Inter Milan or Antonio Conte or whatever. I mean, the transfer to Man U shouldn't have even happened in the first place. I do not know why.
If you say so.
But I think that time it was like doing show guy for some Manchester United players like Zlatan. Zlatan was there at the time when Lukaku came in, Paul Pogba. But I'm actually happy to see him, because right now.
Are you really happy to see him? Were you happy to see him on Sunday?
Not when he was point blank in front of my post, but the goal was a very, very annoying goal, because how come Reece James was so free? He was free for almost 2 minutes or 1 minute.
Even for his goal
Lukaku had the ball, passed it to the middle. I think it was Kovacic that made the long pass to Reece James. And
you'll be fine, don't worry. We'll be here to repeat it again next week when Arsenal play Man City.
Anyways, we are going to see how Van Dijk is going to handle Lukaku incoming.
We'll see.
I think he's the only defender in the EPL that might be able to handle Lukaku.
Really?
I mean, in my own opinion. I'm Okay, can you mention defenders who you think can handle Lukaku? You can't
teams
mention Diaz.
teams don't defend one-on-one anymore.
But
Unfortunately, Arsenal tried to do that against Lukaku, and you see what happened.
they were dragging Pablo Mari's neck.
They were dragging him in the mud.
Well, we shall see. I'm saying it again. Van Dijk might be the only one that will be able to handle Lukaku.
He will score again next weekend.
For sure, and I'm hoping he's going to score because I'm going to find a way to put him in my team. But that will mean me losing Bamford and Ivan Toney.
Well,
so let's see. Next on the show, I'm going to be with Elfrida, where we have the shuffle.